Now, if you really want to stand out from the crowd, you don't want to wrap your vehicle, why not crochet it? So the smarts have arrived in force. So this might look like an NSU Prince, but it's Zaz Zaporochet 968M with a 1.4 litre engine. In the front is a, just under here, apparently, and as you show me, it's got a petrol heater. Well, that will certainly keep you warm in those Soviet winters. It was produced in the old Soviet Union, but effectively it was produced in what is now known as Ukraine. We'll take a quick look at the engine in the back there. This 1.4 V4, very similar to some of the NSUs, certainly in terms of layout, but there is no relationship between the two. The owner has very kindly opened it up for me so you can have a look. Well, it's hardly crammed with gauges in there, is it? You are unlikely to see another one of these, I guess, outside Russia or what was Soviet Union countries. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I mean, this show is one of those shows that flushes out such unusual cars like this one that you absolutely never ever see. So Ken Greenlee, the designer, designed some epic looking cars like the Aston Martin Virage, but he also did this one, the Sangyong Rodius, or Sasangyong Rodius. You can win it for £1. Actually, I don't think I want to. There's lots of space in it. I mean, honestly, you could fit another car inside the back of it, but it looks like it's been turned. It's like two cars sort of bolted together, doesn't it? What an incredible design. And you know what, many years ago I've actually been in one as a passenger, but don't tell anybody else about it, or it's a bit embarrassing. So we've got a Megane Classic. So I've driven the coupe version of this with the front end, the same front end as this, but not driven the classic version. So there you go. If you want a saloon version, this is the one for you. And there we go, we've got the pre-facelift front end. Fantastic. Well, the advertisement says makes sense on the inside, and that is the multiple as wide as a contemporary S-Class Mercedes. Of course, the later cars got facelifted and lost a bit of character. You've got the lights there in the bulkhead. You've got 3 seats across. You've got a paper bag if you don't want anybody to see you being driven around in that car. And this one's been at Festival of the Exception. You probably recognise it, I guess. Now, you didn't think I was going to walk past a Peugeot 405. That certainly took my breath away. This one might need a bit of paintwork, but you know what? These are great cars. I had a couple of these. This is a later one. The facelift cars lost the panel. The boot was a bit inconvenient because the boot didn't extend right down to the bumper like this one does. It's the GLX. The interesting fact with these cars is when they brought in the facelift with the GLX, they gave it a very important button. Yeah, air conditioning. Now, the air conditioning was a pretty big deal at the time. Most reps didn't have it, so it was a big benefit if you were a rep driving around in one of these. You got an air conditioned car. What a pretty design it is, isn't it? This Lilac Lovely is a Morris Minor million, not 1,000 but 1,000,000. So to celebrate selling 1,000,000 cars, certainly the UK cars, this looks like an export car. Every Morris dealer was sent, I think, one example of the car, and in this beautiful, absolutely lovely colour. Isn't that a treat? This one is beautifully restored. That what is it, 8 Series engine? Going from memory, shout it out if I'm wrong, but look at the state of that engine bay. Somebody's done an awful lot of work with that one. It's got the BMC rosette there as well. It's got another rosette there at the 60th anniversary. Wow, it's an absolute treat, isn't it? Plenty of attention this one's getting. So the Mark 1 Cavalier is celebrating a birthday, launched in 75, so 50 years old, but the Mark 2 was the one that really put Vauxhall on the map. This is a pre-facelift car, you can see by the grille, and by coincidence or plan, I don't know, we've got a post-facelift car, I think came in 85. These really took the game to Ford for the fleet game, because effectively the Cortina was still in production when this car was in full flow. That high dashboard that I remember, I did have one of these. That dashboard is sort of kilted towards you. We'll just have a look at the door card there, that green door card. Absolutely brilliant. You don't get green so much these days, do you? And we'll have a look next to it. There's the facelift car. I think that was called China Blue. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just made that one up. We'll have a look in that one just for good measure. And see the change. And door cards have changed a little bit. Fantastic, isn't it? Well, it seems like we've stumbled across the Volvo Owners Club meeting. So we've got a later 240, as it was called by then. We've got the 740, complete with prancing moose badge on the side. Well, of course. And we're almost getting the full set here, and then next to it we've got an early 145. Now the 145 didn't have this front on originally, it had a different one, but it got a facelift. They moved the indicators to the side. This is just like the one that was used on I think one of the TV programs, which will come back to me in a second. But the Volvo estate, what an incredibly useful vehicle. And this one is in brilliant order. Should we take a look inside? What do you think? Okay, we will do. We didn't need much persuading there, did I? Look at that Volvo dash, quite clean, quite a modern dashboard in there. Hasn't it stood the test of time so well? Loads of room in the back. Look at the leg room in there. Does make you wonder where the progress is with some cars, doesn't it really? So there you go. Volvo 145 Deluxe. Now, if you really want to stand out from the crowd, you don't want to wrap your vehicle, why not crochet it? This could be the trend. It's the Gangster Granny edition. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting have actually had this car on the channel. Yeah, it is definitely crocheted there. A lot of majorly crochet. If you don't like it, you want to change the colour, then just get somebody to crochet a different one, or crochet it yourself. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Well, this show really flushes out the cars, doesn't it? It comes from a dealer. I recognise that deal up in the North East, Humphrey Moon, HW Moon, and it's a 1987 Corolla. Wow, this one, they do survive well if you can sort of ward off the rust. Mechanically, they're as robust as hell, and that one's really well survived. It's years, isn't it? So I know all about this generation of Audis, having part owned a V8 with Joseph at Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. This is the Avant, which is a very attractive, what sort of, can you call it an estate version? I don't know what the paintwork trim, it says here Lhasa, is that the colour? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it is. Very aerodynamic. We'll just cut in. That's why, that was the difference back in the day, what made it so aerodynamic. Look how flush the glass is. There's no lip there, and it gave it a class leading coefficient of drag figure. Certainly in saloon format, but again, seldom seen. Well, this green Laguna's lovely, isn't it? And it is a special edition Elise. And what did the Elise have, I hear you ask? Well, apparently you can read it there, but it was quite a bit of additional equipment. Oh, it's got an electric sunroof, driver's seat belt with height adjustment. Oh, the list goes on and on. You'll have to freeze the video to get the full contents of that. I am liking that one quite a lot. When did you last see one of these? Not recently, I bet. In what looks like a Ford purple colour, it's a Gilbert Invader, not a Genie, I've been told reliably by Mr. Joseph Lloyd. And it's built by a Welsh butcher and a German prisoner of war. And no, I didn't make that one up. Lovely to see these built in relatively small numbers. I think right the way through to the 70s. I think they put purchase tax on cars, and that sort of killed off a lot of those low volume manufacturers in the mid 70s and gave them such a problem surviving. What a beautiful car. Guess the rear lights? Well, I reckon they're Mark 1 Escort. What do you think? Put it in the comments if you know better. It's got the original dealer sticker. Looks like it was sold used from a Saab and Daihatsu dealer in Kensington. Well, there you go. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Lovely car. Show me the Suzuki Vitaras, I hear you cry. Well, some of you. Well, we've got two. In fact, there's three like this. There's another one tucked away, I think near the Hubnut stand. I mean, quite honestly, there's probably let's see if there's two rhinos on the back, making out on the cover. No, that one's got, oh, it looks like some sort of dinosaur, and that one's just got 4x4. Thanks to good, it's a family video, so we can show both of those Vitaras in their full glory. They are pretty green, aren't they? Goodness. If you like green, you're on the right channel now, because so do we. We love it. For an added treat, we've got a Daewoo Nubira just reversing, just arriving at the show. Fantastic. If you like bright colours, you've come to the right place. We can do you an orange 145, or we can do you a very green, is that a T4 Transporter or a T3? I can never make my mind up, but there you go. We can do you one of those as well. Well, this one might have the forbidden fuel, but it's this sacred pre-facelift car. Absolutely amazing. A beautiful colour. It's the GLD, not the high spec. Fantastic dash inside. They were a bit Fisher Price in terms of quality, I know, because I had a couple of them, but very, very few is original and unmolested. There's this one, KKV, original Peugeot, Coventry registration, I believe. I make no apology for showing you a Renault 18 Estate. Oh, this is exciting. It was originally a French car, then exported to Portugal and repatriated from Portugal to the UK. We're going to see if it is open as we go round. Oh yes, it's open, and the owner has given me permission to have a look inside. There you go. Have you seen the inside of a Renault 18? Well, I've not seen one for a while, to tell you the truth. Seats look super comfortable, don't they? Not much of a teeter on the dashboard, so furious driving won't be too happy about that. Of course, it's got a manual choke there. Absolutely. I don't think you'd find a UK car in this sort of condition. Be careful I don't fall over here going backwards. Absolutely amazing, isn't it? Another standout design by Giuseppe Giugiaro when he was at Ital Design is the very, very usefully styled Fiat Uno in 5-door format. Look at the glass area, how thin the pillars are, and the vision that you're likely to have inside that car. That's a beautiful one. It is a 70S. I think the 70 is the horsepower from memory. Well, you're certainly not going to see too many of these. It's a Renault 12 with those very narrow lights at the front, very recognisably a 12. Went on to be produced by Dacia in Romania. The interior might have seen better days, but you know what, it's a survivor and it's in use. Looks like it's not been painted, still got a National Breakdown sticker in the back. And remember those, it's got the rear mounted petrol filler just down there with a lock-in wheel nut, those pressed number plates. Goodness, I wonder if I'll see another Renault 12 today. Maybe. I think this has got to be the only time I've seen two of these Vauxhall Cavalier Sports hatches in the same place at the same time. There's another one here, this beautiful 1600 GLS supplied by Max Garage of Rayleigh. I think that's in Essex. That's in lovely order. It's got the original, certainly the original dealer plates, or look like the original dealer plates. That's a beautiful colour, isn't it? Love those details like the chrome rings around the wheels and that chrome strip. Was that standard? Maybe it was. Vauxhall mud flaps on there as well. Attention to detail. Absolutely. It's even got, wow, it's got the original purchase invoice. Look at that. Fantastic. Affectionately known as Emily. Well, Emily, it is lovely to meet you, and we're really glad you brought You brought the car to Rustival. We brought Emily to Rustival. So Colin Chapman was determined to transform his operation and increase volumes, and he produced a series of cars. Elise was one, Eclat was one of the other cars, and also the Esprit. Now this one is an Eclat, so it's a lot more usable space in the back. It's at least space for 2 people in the back, allegedly. Maybe they're very small people, but who knows. Beautiful condition, isn't it? Proclaiming the World Championship wins that Lotus had at the time. Sadly a long way from Lotus's current predicament. Now the model badge, this designates the trim level. Now I think, I'm going from memory here, but 520 I think might have been the base model. If it's like the Elites went 501, 502, I think 503, the higher the number, being the higher the trim level. I'm not sure with the Eclats. If you know that, please put that in the comments and put me out of my misery. I can't think on the spot with that one, but it does look lovely, doesn't it? So everybody raves about the Lancia Delta Integrale. Well, this is the car on which it's based, and this is the HF. I presume it's HF Turbo. Actually, it might just be a HF. It's based on a Fiat Strada platform, and quite a sharp looking thing. Amazing that it continued in production for so long. Launched in '79. Oh, it is the HF Turbo. And I have driven one of those, and believe you me, in terms of boost, it's either on boost or off boost and not really in between. But they're a hoot to drive, but if a little bit laggy. Lovely. So this was the replacement for the Sardin. It looks like a relatively early Alpha 33, beautiful in its reed green colour. It's been the subject of a test in Auto Italia, so maybe you can read a bit more about it there. The owner said I can have a look inside. It's got those wheel trims on. I guess it would be a relatively low grade car ish, lower down the range. I'll just open it up here. Look at the door handles there. Marina inspired door handles, maybe they are. Got a lovely wooden rim steering wheel, those lovely tweed door cards even, and there you can see the dash. Let's have a closer look at the dials there as well. Oh, it's got plenty of spaces to store things there, hasn't it? No shortage, quite a lot of space in it as well. You have a look in the back as well. What a glorious car. I've seen later cars, and I saw a four-wheel drive one recently, but this is just a cookie 1.5, and lovely it is too. So a Hilux Surf, we didn't actually get these. They were based on the normal Hilux, but with a back on the end, a bit agricultural probably, and they didn't actually sell it, but they sold bucket loads of these in other markets like New Zealand and Australia. And one other YouTuber, Jeff Buys Cars, converted these, or logoed it up as a shark attack rescue vehicle. I'm not sure how many shark rescues he did in it, but what a great car. Audi 80, once driven by an actor called Tom Bell, who used to be in Prime Suspect and a few other things, and he drove one for an advert. The only problem was he couldn't actually drive, but people didn't know that at the time apparently. That's quite an eyeful, isn't it? So this is a rare beast. It's an SD3, so there was SD1, SD2 was used by Triumph for a prototype, and SD3 was the code name given to this generation of Rover. Now these small Rovers used Honda engines, and the smaller engines, I believe this is one of Rover's own engines at the time. It is, I think, 105 horsepower with that Lucas fuel injection, because, wait for it, it is the seldom seen Vitesse with electronic fuel injection. Now, I could be wrong about who supplied the engine. Put it in the comments if you know better. I don't think it was a Honda unit, but I'm possibly wrong. But isn't that lovely in British racing green? I really like that, and I don't often see the Vitesse ones. So it's pretty rare to see a Mark 1 Scirocco with the twin lamps. Didn't they go to square lamps a bit later on? Oh, look at the interior. Goodness, that looks absolutely glorious. Might be a bit of shadow in here, don't know if you can pick that one up. Really sharp design, based on the Golf platform. I think Giugiaro designed these. That's the advertisement. Maserati, Ferrari or Scirocco. Well, I'm not sure if you would confuse it between those, but there you go. It is apparently an award-winning car. It's done plenty of shows, and looking at the paintwork I can understand why. Wow, that's really good looking, isn't it? Really good condition. Now, somebody's just pointed out to me, this is a very late BMW E21. The E30, I think E30 3 Series was already on sale. Now, these apparently in period were a bit tail happy, particularly the 323i generation cars. But this is a 316, so I guess it would be a carburettor car. That's lovely nick, isn't it? I love this Astra Mark 1 from its ginger indicators backwards. What a revelation this must have been after the Chevette came out. Based on the Opel Kadett, by this time GM's Opel division having much more of an influence. This one's in China blue. It's again sad I know that, but somebody else did point out the same to me. Beautiful interior. It must be a GL, I'm guessing. I haven't looked so far back here. Oh, it is a GL, for once I'm right. China blue GL Astra Mark 1, the start of the Astra story. That looks great, doesn't it? And to complete the Audi story, we've got the B3 generation car. This, I think the later ones had the Pro Content fitted that pulled the steering wheel away, galvanised bodywork which is supposed to self-heal, or so that's what they told us at the time. It's got somebody's fitted the later wheels from the B4. Very, very aerodynamic, that sort of soap bar shape, incredibly aerodynamic, and with a 1.8e with a Golf GTI engine in, relatively rapid. So this apparently is one of the earliest surviving Citroën CXs in the UK. It's a 1975 car, August 75, rescued by Practical Classics, was within a very short time going to be scrapped. Back in 2018 they rescued it, they brought it up to a fantastic standard, to be fair to them, and haven't they done a good job? What an incredible car they are. The spaceship dials in the front, difficult to see with the car not open, loads of space in them. That dish rear window looks like it should be a hatch, but it isn't. I think there's probably an aerodynamic reason for why it's like that at the back end, but that is in superb order. I love the steel rims on that one with the centre caps with a single retaining nut. Doesn't that look great? I tell you what, I really like that one, guys, as you can probably tell. Lovely. So this, my friends, complete with picnic, is a Renault 4CV. Now these are about 20 horsepower, or so it says, so not exactly overburdened with power. You wouldn't get into big tail slides and tail skids with this one, but these were actually built in the UK, I think in Acton in North London, from, I think it said here, and I defer to the card, from 1950 to 61. They were built alongside Dolphins to get round the quotas that the UK market had on imported vehicles, I think in that post-war period. Wow, it's incredible. I think I may have seen this one at shows in the past. It's beautifully turned out, great attention to detail, and of course complete with a proper French picnic. Well, certainly living it up to its name is the Toyota Probox, which looks like a Japanese only car. Well, it certainly is boxy. It's proper load of room in the back of that one, I suspect. Right hand drive, obviously. It's got a lovely picnic table, comes out the dash there by the look of it. Absolutely acres and acres of room there. It's a big old car, isn't it? A lot of space for such a relatively small estate car. Mazda 323, weren't these called Familiala or something in other markets? I'm not sure. Early days of Mazda in the UK by private importer MCL, based down in Matt Epron and Kent, I think. This would have probably been, at the time there were still some import restrictions on numbers, so they couldn't bring too many in, but that's the car that eventually would become the Mazda 3, or evolve into it. Now the Citroën ZX was quite highly rated by Jeremy Clarkson. Not sure if you drove this one. This is a non-turbo diesel, 1.9 diesel, nicknamed Gulliver, so good on fuel, 33 years old apparently, and low in owners, a couple of owners. Great fuel economy, and also it's got unusually air conditioning fitted. I wish I was driving that one home probably instead of my Mercedes. Wow, So thanks again for joining me on Lot 76 Cars. Hope you've enjoyed the video at Rustival 2025. Please like the video, share the video, and if you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. And once again, as always, thanks for watching.